Welcome students. In the previous class, we have learned about fibers like jute, cotton, wool and silk. They are plant fibers or animal fibers depending upon the source from which they are obtained. Collectively, we can say that fibers like cotton, jute and silk are obtained from natural sources, and they can therefore be called as natural fibers. In this class, we will discuss synthetic fibers and plastics. This chapter contains types of synthetic fibers, uses of synthetic fibers, advantages and disadvantages of synthetic fibers, synthetic plastics, types of synthetic plastics and their uses, plastics and the environment, and measures to control the damage caused by plastic waste. The human beings in early times depended on the fabrics made of yarns procured from the natural materials. As the technology grew and advanced, people began to search for new options, and the attempts were made to create fabrics to meet the cost, supply, and demand. These new fabrics were cheaper to manufacture and were called synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are the fibers made by humans through chemical synthesis as opposed to natural fibers that are directly obtained from living organisms. They are the result of extensive research by scientists to improve upon naturally occurring animal and plant fibers. Synthetic fibers are created by a process known as polymerization. Let me clarify that polymerization is the process which involves combining monomers to make a long chain or polymers. A synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together, and each unit is actually a chemical substance. Many such small units combine to form a large single unit called polymer. And synthetic fiber is made by polymerization process. Let us consider certain example and look at the necklace made of beads joined with the help of a thread. It is just like monomer, and when it unites or when many monomers unite together, they form polymers. Audemars, a Swiss-born chemist, received the first patent for artificial silk in the 1800s. He made the fabric from the bark of mulberry trees. This progressed into Sir Joseph Swan, creating rayon around the same time using a similar process to Audemars. Towards the end of the 19th century, scientists were successful in obtaining a fiber having properties similar to that of silk. Rayon was the first artificial silk obtained by chemical treatment of wood pulp. The raw materials used in the preparation of rayon is cellulose, which is a natural fiber, and this natural fiber is processed to obtain silk-like fiber. So rayon is also called regenerated fiber. It is also known by names like art silk and viscose rayon in textile industries. Rayon fabrics are smooth, cool, and comfortable. And rayon can imitate the feel and texture of silk, cotton, and linen. It is widely used in industries for making surgical products and in tire cords. It is also used in making apparels. Another synthetic fiber is nylon. In 1931, it was made without using any natural raw material, and it is called truly synthetic fibers. It does not require any natural fiber as its raw materials. Nylon is also called wonder polymer. Students, do you know? The term nylon is named after two cities, New York in USA and London in Great Britain. It was so named as this fiber was developed by the collective efforts of scientists of these two countries. Nylon is used in making carpets, hosiery items. It is also used in many military applications. It is used for making carpets, hosiery items. It is used for making seat belts, tire cords, cloths, and it is also used for making ropes and parachutes. It has high tensile strength, it is highly durable, and it has silk-like appearance. Another synthetic fiber is terylene, which is used for making cloths. Like nylon, terylene is also elastic, highly durable, wrinkle-resistant, and moth-resistant. Fabrics like terrywool, terry silk, and terry cotton are made by mixing terylene with wool, silk, and cotton respectively. Terylene is used for making fabrics, conveyor belts, and home furnishings. And it is also used for making sails of boats and for making raincoats, umbrellas, etc. Polyethylene tetraphthalate is another synthetic fibers that is used for making containers for packaging food and soft drinks. It is used for making magnetic tapes used in audio and video cassette recorders. And it is a very familiar form of polyester. Polyester is actually made up of repeating units of a chemical called an ester. Esters are the chemicals which give fruits their smell that you will study in higher classes. We wear sweater and use shawls, blankets in the winter, and many of these are actually not made from natural wool. They are prepared from another type of synthetic fibers called acrylic. These are more durable and less expensive and are available in a variety of colors. These fibers are affordable, which make them more popular than natural fibers. And these fibers are used for making blankets, sweaters, etc. Synthetic fibers are more durable than most natural fibers. Many synthetic fibers offer consumer-friendly functions like stretching, waterproofing, and stain resistance. Compared to natural fibers, many synthetic fibers are more water resistant and stain resistant. And they are easy to clean, and they have high tensile strength, and they dry quickly, they do not wrinkle, and they do not shrink on washing. and synthetic fibers are less expensive than natural fibers. No artificially created fabric can match the quality of natural yarns on the following counts. Synthetic fibers have low melting temperature and they burn more rapidly than natural fibers. If the cloths catch fire, it can be disastrous. The fabric melts and sticks to the body of the person wearing it. Synthetic fibers are not skin friendly because they do not absorb sweat, so it is uncomfortable in summer. And these fibers are non-biodegradable, hence they create a lot of pollutions. That's for all today. In the next part, we will study plastics and how to measure the control of these plastics. Thank you.